Japan started to celebrate Halloween,
Oh yeah.
which is probably new in the last 15 years. Like there was not Halloween was not big in Japan before. It's very Americanized. People just go rage in Shibuya, the big crossing.
Yeah.
I'm sure many of you know. Um, I don't go. It's too much for me, but I've seen pictures of my friends who've gone, and it's like people go all out because there's so many great places to buy costumes in Japan, right? Like because
Hmm.
we are a country of cosplay.
Of
Um,
course.
so yeah, yeah. I think it's great. I think it's so fun to see everybody dressed up and getting out of their shell after working so hard and working such long hours. They wanna be somebody they're not.
Yeah.
Christmas is another one that's very interesting, but and we can have another conversation about this. But
Mhm.
Christmas is a holiday that actually was beneficial for KFC in Japan.
Oh
I don't know if you know about this,
no.
but okay, so in Japan we don't have ovens. A lot of houses in the past don't have ovens. So we and I have to get you the story, but there was a man who was working for the subsidiary of KFC, and it wasn't doing so well. Fried chicken was not doing well in Japan.
Yeah, karage. You have that
And
once.
I think we have that. So then they realized that, like, well, we celebrate Christmas, right? It was
Mhm.
the holiday of lights and the holiday of like more couples than family. Like it's not very religious thing in Japan unless you are actually religious in Japan, but
Mhm.
most people are not really Christian or Catholics,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So um but he wanted to bring this love for the Christmas meal, and he said, "What if I start because Japanese people don't have ovens? Like, what if I start a Christmas bucket for KFC?" And so he started a Christmas chicken bucket, and people like loved that.
Oh
And
wow.
so in Japan, the Christmas fried chicken KFC bucket that has Colonel Sanders, you know, in
Yeah.
the front and center of this bucket with the color of KFC, the red, the white, the
Yeah.
blue, um, was a huge hit, and people started buying this, and this is like the key thing that people. I don't know about now, but for many years, it was a big thing.
Wow.
So
Also never heard of this
yeah,
story.
because people cannot roast. Yeah, they can't make chicken at home without
But
this oven, but they can buy
why don't you why
KFC.
didn't you have oven?
I mean, I think it was more like it wasn't the way that we cooked in Japan, right? We
Uh-huh.
don't need ovens. Like we make fish. We have fish grills
Uh-huh.
that is set in the stove, but we don't cook with ovens. We didn't make lasagna when we were
Mhm.
young. Like we don't make grill oven baked vegetables. We don't bake cakes. We
Mhm.
make everything out of rice.
Oh,
We needed a rice cooker. The desserts were made of rice.
that's
The
interesting.
green black bean, yeah, the black bean paste is all black beans that needs to be simmered. So we need a hot pot and
Yeah.
fire, but we don't eat anything that is made from the oven.
Huh.
Now
That's
more so
interesting.
people are eating bread. Yeah, people are eating
Um,
bread now, but we don't particularly make it at home.
mhm.
But more and more the Western culture came through. We want to maybe make that gratin or that lasagna or that cake. And so there are homes now that are, available to have this oven. But
Mhm.
I mean, it was just not part of our culinary uh, agenda or like needs. Um,
Yeah. That's so
so
interesting. I never thought about this.
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, and then
yeah,
like you said, like lots of things which you do pickled and they're like you probably use lots of
yeah, pickled and
as you said.
fermented.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm. Like,
Okay.
Japanese sweets were not always cakes, right?
Uh-huh.
It was rice, mochi.
Yeah.
Um, it was made of, I don't know, like, more it was, like, maybe more starch-based, but it wasn't particularly
Mhm,
flour-based.
mhm, mhm.
Um, I said, "Can you imagine that the samurai having ovens instead of fire pits?"
Yeah,
It's
that would
it's
be
interesting.
different, yeah, different, completely different. But you have your obviously, you
Yeah.
have your rice cooker, at home in New York.
Yeah, every Asian family, I hope, has one because it would be a
It's
disgrace. No,
disgrace if they don't.
it is true. I think, rice cooker, you must know how to clean the rice, with the
Mhm.
cold water. Your
Yeah.
hands get bright red because it's freezing. No
Uh-huh.
matter how cold it is, it's always cold water. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of kitchen elements that Japanese people have that maybe not the Western culture uses, but
Mhm.
yeah.